Distinguished invitees and dear graduates, please settle down and take your seats.
Respected Dr. Raj, Chairman of the Board of Governors of IIT Jodhpur, Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee, Chief Guest of today's Convocation ceremony, members of the Board, members of the Senate, distinguished guests, dear parents, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome each of you to our new campus. In the 9th and 10th years of its existence, the Institute went through contemplation and reflection and took silent steps. Its consolidation is ongoing and made new beginnings towards development. In particular, the Institute moved its entire operations to the permanent campus located on the National Highway to Nagaur. On the academic front, in addition to its existing academic departments, the Institute started the work to establish 3 new departments, namely Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Chemical Engineering, in 2 years, the Institute started 5 new academic departments and programs: the BTech in Biotechnology, the MTech in Biotechnology, Bioscience and Bioengineering, MTech in Computer Science and Engineering, MTech in Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, and PhD in Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. Also, the Institute has increased its intake from 40 to 60 in the BTech program and 10 to 20 in the MSc programs. A special feature of the BTech program is our industry immersion, in which about 75 students were engaged with our industry partners, namely TVS Motor Company, Mahindra & Mahindra, Tata Motors, Tata Power Company, and Larsen & Toubro. In the inward direction, the industry captains and the leading lights in the subjects gave vanguard lectures on campus to our students at the start of their various courses. This enabled students to listen to inspirational talks by experts from industry and get a big picture of the technological advances and emerging trends in the different fields. The first batch of students of the Industry Immersion Program graduated this year with 28 students completing the program. Faculty members of the Institute are recognizing the importance of supervising student research in today's world and have increased their effort in supervising doctoral and master's level research. The average number of PhD students registered with each faculty member has risen from 1 to 3 in the last 4 years. On the research front, after moving to the permanent campus, the Institute has centralized the management of its sophisticated instruments under one umbrella with the formation of the Center for Advanced Scientific Instruments. This move will increase the utility of these equipment, reduce their downtime, and permit sharing of the same with institutes that do not have such facilities. A separate building is under construction for housing these equipment in one location on campus. Faculty members are improving their research competitiveness. Over the last 4 years, competitive research projects and grants from national and international agencies has increased from half to 1 project per person per faculty member, and the average number of papers rose from 1 to 2 per faculty member per year. The primary stakeholders of the Institute need to work harder to make these modest numbers rise to levels comparable with the established IITs and ISC Bangalore. Research work of faculty members is receiving increased international recognition. For example, the cover of the March 2017 issue of Energy Technology, Generation, Conversion, Storage and Distribution, a widely science journal, highlighted the work of Ritu Gupta, Rakesh Sharma, Kiran Shevdale and Devika Leshram, and that of May 2017 had the work of Ritu Gupta and her collaborator T.S. Fisher from the Purdue University. The editorial office and the referees of Advanced Synthesis and Catalysis identified the work of Sandeep Murarka to be a very important publication. The website of the Center for Practical Wisdom of the University of Chicago recognized the article on applicability of Western models of wisdom in the Eastern context by Ankita Sharma and Roshan Lal Devangan, which was published in Cogent Psychology. Two special recognitions were won competitively by faculty members of the Institute for undertaking research studies. The Public Outreach Grant from the Deutsches Museum and the Rachel Carson Center for Environment and Society of the University of Munich, Germany, awarded to Vidya Sarveshwaran for making a documentary film on society. The Early Career Research Fellowship by the Wellcome Trust DBT India Alliance of the year 2017-18 was awarded to Shankar Manoharan for a study on hospital-associated pathogens, unraveling novel regulatory layers controlling virulence and persistence. 9 faculty members received an Early Research Career Award from the SERB Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. These include Sandeep Murarka, Priyanka Singh, Ritu Gupta, Rajlakshmi Chauhan, Sushmita Paul, Chiranjoy Chattopadhyay, Samanvita Paul, Ramesh Mehte, and Somnath Ghosh. The work of Mayurakshi Chaudhary of Direct to Home Project of the Ministry of Human Resource Development recorded lectures on gender and society and are going to be telecast on Doordarshan Channel 16 shortly. On the front of recognition, several faculty members were recognized for their work. Rakesh Sharma was elected with Outstanding Research Award at 2018 First Annual Transformational Leadership Summit 2018. Amit Mishra won the Indian Society of Chemists and Biologists Young Scientist Award in 2017. Mahesh Kumar won the Bhaskara Advanced Solar Energy Fellowship 2018 by the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum to carry out research in South Dakota. 3 faculty members are receiving currently the Young Faculty Research Fellowship from the Vishweshwarya Program of MIT, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. These are Gaurav Harit from Computer Science and Engineering, Deepak and Fulmani, and S.P. Tiwari from the Department of Electrical Engineering. 2 faculty members joined the Professional Society. Amit Mishra was invited to be a member of the Royal Society of Biology in London, and Mahesh Kumar to be a member of the National Academy of Sciences in India. On the technology development front, a significant aspect of technology development effort at the Institute was collaborations with industry and institutes. In particular, the Institute made special effort and progress with the TVS Motor Company Hosur, Suril V. Shah, and Kausal A. Desai, and 4 of their students, Abhishek Sharma, Anand Suresh, and Santosh, and B. Sai Chaitanya, developed a self-balancing 2-wheeler, and the technology has already been transferred to the industry partner. Faculty members of the Institute are engaged with colleagues from different institutes and industries for furthering research. They have signed MOUs with them. Suril V. Shah signed with Tata Consultancy Services for visual surveying for mobile manipulators with application to smart warehouses and small factories. Arun Kumar Singh with the Society for Applied Microwave Electronics Engineering and Research, Samir R&D Laboratory under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for work on next generation space communication. Rakesh Sharma with the National Institute of Hydrology, Roorkee, for the work on the impact of rainwater harvesting on groundwater quality in India. And Sudipta Mukhopadhyay with the IIT Madras for undertaking the Uchatar Avishkar Yojana project of MHRD on development of highly efficient, low-cost insulation for power plants. Rakesh Sharma has been working with the native clay of Rajasthan in developing cost-effective and green catalytic systems for water purification and biomass upgradation. The work has matured to the level of getting into patenting and also sharing technology with the industry. On the outreach front, this year, Priyanka Singh, along with faculty members and staff members of the Institute, organized the DSD Vigyan Jyoti program for young girl students to encourage them to take to science and technology as a career. Ritu Gupta organized the course under the global initiative of academic networks of MHRD on advanced materials and future technologies for solar energy conversion. Suril V. Shah and Kausal Desai organized a national workshop on human-centered robotics 2018 in collaboration with the Robotics Society of India. Sri Amal Bapna Advisor Industry Academy Interface organized an international workshop on sustainable urban water management in association with the Indian National Academy of Engineering and the Australian Academy of Technological Sciences and Engineering in March 2017. The workshop was presided over by Dr. B. Suresh, President of the INA, and attended by senior officers and former Cabinet Minister of the Australian government. The students of the Institute received their share of accolades too. 4 students of the third year BTech Computer Science program, Saksham Banga, Nikhil Srivastav, Satya Bhavsar, and Aniket Parakhe, were selected to participate in the Student Startup Exposure Program at Silicon Valley, USA. 2 students of the third year CSE program, Saksham Banga and Nikhil Srivastav, showcased a project Dabbarwala at the Microsoft Academic Accelerator Program in Hyderabad. Students received international travel grants to attend various conferences. Pratibha Chaudhary of Computer Science and Engineering was invited by University of Begin to attend the conference at Tel Aviv, Israel, and the SERB supported her effort to participate in a Latin American conference at Buenos Aires in Argentina. Ravi Sharma of the Computer Science and Engineering Department sought grant from Microsoft India for participating in an international conference in Porto, Portugal. Gaurav Bahuguna received Best Poster Prize from American Chemical Society for his work at the conference. Ujjwala Ananteshwaran secured first position on the online English creative writing and second position on the word games at the second Inter-IIT Cultural Meet at Kanpur. On the placement front, the Institute worked tirelessly to maximize the student placements. Renowned companies and organizations were with us. The Office of Student Placements organized trainings on career planning, personality development, industry, institute interaction, and mock interviews for students. During 2017 and 18, 90 of our students out of 120 who registered were placed. This is about the highest in the IIT system compared to the national average that we have. 38 companies visited the institute, including some well-known companies like Accenture Services, Scott Design Solutions, Infosys, ISRO, Larsen & Toubro, ECC Limited, Microsoft India, Mahindra & Mahindra, Morgan Stanley, Tata Consultancy Services, and Tata Motors. One trend that needs to change for us to be relevant in responding to the technological challenges of the nation is that more students should be considering to seek employment in professional engineering and technology companies. On the alumni front, the Institute is putting in place a mechanism for engaging with alumni. Some alumni have already been visiting the Institute during student festivals. Over the past year, the Office of Alumni Relations has prepared a master plan of its activities and is shortly launching a newsletter this afternoon. With this small beginning, it is hoped that the umbilical cord will be restored between the Institute and its alumni. On the campus development front, this new campus has been planned meticulously and envisioned to stand as a symbol of academics, simple but deep. For its copybook-style master plan, the IIT Jodhpur's permanent campus was selected for the 2017 Exemplary Performance Award in the Passive Architecture Design category by the Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment Griha Council of the Ministry of Urban Development, Government of India. Completed by the Central Public Works Department in association with Messrs. Nagarjuna Construction Company for an amount of 496 crores. The work towards Phase 2 development commenced in October 2017 with Messrs. Tata Projects Limited for an amount of 549 crores. This development work was reviewed by Shri Vijay Goyal, Union Minister of State for Statistics and Program Implementation, Government of India, during his visit to IIT Jodhpur in February 2018. In closing, it is a matter of great pride that Dr. R. Chidambaram, former Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India, and currently DAE Homi Bhabha Chair Professor at Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Bombay, has assumed charge as the Chairman of the Board of Governors of IIT Jodhpur. Under his guidance, the Institute will grow very fast. This fourth convocation of IIT Jodhpur is a special occasion for the Institute and a defining moment in the lives of 289 BTech, 37 MSc, 43 MTech, and 19 PhD students who will be facing the real world from this afternoon. On behalf of the Institute, on my personal behalf, I heartily congratulate the parents of the students receiving their degrees today. I silently respect the sacrifices made by them and their family members to place their awards on this platform today. Their expectations have borne fruits, and we are extremely grateful to the parents for choosing IIT Jodhpur as a place of study for their children. Our special respects to the parents at this happy, joyous, and solemn occasion, and felicitations to the 388 new graduates of IIT Jodhpur. With this, the total number of students who graduated from this institute will stand at 1,108. I once again congratulate the graduates for completing their programs and wish them the very best in their future endeavors. Going forward, the institute will regroup its focus and continue to make improvements in the quality of teaching learning processes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time and attention. Jai Hind. Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering.
I present 55 candidates in person and 25 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Abhimanyu Singh Gaur, Abhinav Rai, Ajit Goyal, Ajit Ujjwal, Ankita Mujalla, Anvay Jain, Anurag Sanyal, Archil Kumar Srivastav, Ashish Sahu, Ayush Agrawal, B. Sri Siddharth, Bharat Singh, Chaudhary Akshay Gajanan, Dhaval Pargal, Ganesh Bhimrao Patil, Gaurav Kamal, Hitesh Hingorani, Mahendra Meena, Manish Goyal, Pranav Arora, Pushpinder, Rinku Kumar Meena, Rishabh Shukla, Rohit Paliwal, Sahil Dhiman, Sandeep Charan, Saraf Rohan Govind, Shubham Jain, Snehal Azad, Vijay Kumar Paliwal, Angad Singh Sabharwal, Mehak Jain, Mohit Mehta, Akash Hasija, Ayush Sharda, Amit Jain, Arnav Chopra, Arnav Jindal, Avan Jayendra Rathod, Bharti Arya, Kartik Singh, Makaran Milind Gomshe, Nitin B, Piyush Yadav, Priyank Arya, Rajkumar Meena, Ramkesh Meena, Shiv Kumar Sen, Shiv Mohan. Saurabh Khusu. Suresh Gehlot. Waghela Rajan Arvind Kumar. वैभव पालीवाल. कौस्तुभ कुमार. अर्चित अग्रवाल.
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Division.
I present 56 candidates in person and 18 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Engineering. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Abhishek Mandavale, Abhishek Meena, अक्षत श्रीवास्तव, अंकुश गर्ग, अनुषा गुप्ता, अर्चित शर्मा, षणमुख साई संजय गुप्ता, दीपांशु भोजक, हिमांशु वर्मा, जय भावन शेख, कनिका जाखड़, कुमारी सौम्या, नवीन कुमार चित्तोड़िया, पीयूष शर्मा, रमेश कुमार, रविंद्र परिहार, सचिन मंडोवरा, नील सुरेश शाह, शिवानी मीना, शौनक कुलकर्णी, सुधीर प्रताप यादव, तृप्ति मीणा, वानम भानु साई सिम्हा, विदित जैन, विवेक, यशार्थ साहू, अभिषेक अग्रवाल, अभिषेक जाजू, अमित कुमार, अंशुल अग्रवाल, अंशुल यादव, भभूता राम, दिनेश कुमार दामा, दीपेंद्र सिंह रिडमलोर, एकांत कुमार, केदे जेतन रोहित, हेमंत मीना, कणिका महाजन, निरंजन सनोडिया, प्रखर गुप्ता, राहुल जैन, राजेंद्र कुमार यादव, ऋषिकेश मीना, श्रद्धा गर्ग, सिसोदिया विशाली, सुमित पेगवाल, सुशांत गौतम, सैयद अफशान अली, कल्लोज जवाहर, तिलोका राम, वैभव शर्मा, के लक्ष्मी फाल्गुनी, पी मनीषा, परमार सनी मुकेश कुमार, ऋषभ भारद्वाज, अशोक कुमार।
Will the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering?
I present 49 candidates in person and 20 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Akhil Bindal, Aman, Anandu Suresh, Karthik Venkata Ramachandran, Kuldeep Meena, Madhvendra Tiwari, Mohammad Sharif, मोहित विजय, पवन कुमार, पुतुला कृष्ण तेजा, रचित, राहुल चनानिया, राजेंद्र मंडा, ऋषभ बडोदिया, संतोष शिवा, संतोष एम, शिवम जायसवाल, उमाशंकर शर्मा, वंदिती माथुर, वेदांत भुयर, आदित्य सक्सेना, अखिल मेहता, अमित कुमार, हार्दिक जैन, हर्षवर्धन श्रीवास्तव, हिमांशु अग्रवाल, हिमांशु शर्मा, लक्ष्य भट्ट, हिमांशु कुमार सिंह, लक्ष्मण कुमार, लोकेश स्वामी, मनीष राजेंद्र जाधव, मोहम्मद फिरोज, मोहित अग्रवाल, पटेल हर्ष भूपेंद्र भाई, प्रद्युमन मीना, पुष्पेंद्र ध्रुवे, पुष्पेंद्र मिश्रा, रोहित सिंह, सचिन, शुभम शौर्य, शुभम तेजी, वाघेला नीरव जितेंद्र कुमार, विकास कुमार, विक्रांत अरोड़ा, विराट श्रीवास्तव, करेला रवि तेजा, मयांक गुप्ता,
Let the candidate candidates to be presented for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in System Science.
I present 27 candidates in person and 16 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in System Science. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. K. Tejas Reddy, Mansi Mittal, Shreyansh Chhajal, Tejas Katani, Kota B. Akash, Aman Ajmera, Anirudh Vyas, Arvind Saini, Dara Pranani Chandana, Gayakwad Sangram Dashrath, Gaurav Singh, Jayant V. Thapre, Joshi Achyut Sanjay, Lingala Prashanta Kumar, Naresh Kumar Prajapati, Pankaj Pawar, Parla Sukesh, Pinkesh Kumar, Prakhar Mathur, Prashant Kumar, Ullavarti Anirudh, Rohit Surana, Rohit Kumar, Saroj Prasad Chatoi, Subham Singh, Vishal Kumar, Himanshu Sikari.
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Biologically Inspired System Science.
I present 12 candidates in person and 9 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Biologically Inspired System Science. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Dinesh Kumar Wada. Mahesh. Vishal Verma. Abhishek Thombe. Ajay Kumar Kumawat. Arnav Mishra. Nisha Kumari. Pranjal Singh. Rakesh Yadav. Ujjwal Anand. Kuldeep Meena. Divya Naval.
All recipients of the degrees of Bachelor of Technology, please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of the Senate of the Indian Institute of Technology Jodhpur, I admit each of these candidates to the degree of Bachelor of Technology in their respective disciplines and charge them to prove worthy of the same throughout their lives.
Participants of degrees of Bachelor of Technology, please take your seats.
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Master of Science in Chemistry.
I present 11 candidates in person and 5 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Master of Science in Chemistry. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Aarti, Cheshta, Mohit Solanki, Neelam Pal, Sakshi Bhagat, Vinod Singh Adhikari, Vipin Kamboj, Pooja, Suman Dhara, Vikas Kumar, Vinay Gunya,
of the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics.
I present 6 candidates in person and 4 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Chandni Arora, Kanchan Devedi, Sushmita Chande, Vidya Sagar, Bhagyashri Meena, Dharmendra Kumar Gujar, Kshitish Kumar,
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Master of Science in Physics.
I present 3 candidates in person and 8 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Master of Science in Physics. I recommend they be admitted to the said degree. Shalu Yadav, Sanjita Bharti Das, Vikrant Chaudhary,
All recipients of the degrees of Master of Science, please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of the Senate of the Indian Institute of Technology Jodhpur, I admit each of these candidates to the degree of Master of Science in their respective disciplines and charge them to prove worthy of the same throughout their lives.
All recipients of the degrees of Master of Science, please take your seats.
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Master of Technology in Electrical Engineering.
I present 8 candidates in person and 11 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Master of Technology in Electrical Engineering. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Arimardhan Singh Chauhan, Jitendra Rathore, Itisha Chauhan, मोहित कछवाहा, प्रकृति आर्या, प्रियंका सिद्धा, सौरभ रावल, Joshi Sonal Sunil, Aniket Chaturvedi.
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Master of Technology in Mechanical Engineering.
I present 18 candidates in person and 6 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degree of Master of Technology in Mechanical Engineering. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Kovik Goyal, Jitendra Kumar, Pratik V. Paliwal, Vikas Kumar Upadhyay, Sunil, Coach Chawla, Leeladhar Sharma, Upendra Yadav, Sumer Chand Saini, Ashok Verma, Deepak Raina, Himanshu Gaur, Narayan Kumar, Naveen, Neha Arora, Shivram Suthar, Shubhendu Prashant Singh, Vivek Tripathi.
All recipients of the degrees of Master of Technology, please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of the Senate of the Indian Institute of Technology Jodhpur, I admit each of these candidates to the degree of Master of Technology in their respective disciplines and charge them to prove worthy of the same throughout their lives.
All recipients of degrees of Master of Technology, please take your seats.
Let the candidates be presented for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I present 13 candidates in person and 6 in absentia who met the requirements for the award of the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. I recommend that they be admitted to the said degree. Bilal Usman, Suraram, Lokesh Saini, Surinder Singh Barara, Ramnivas Mahia, Sapna Ranva, Kapil Sharma, Rohan Sharma, Pradhuman Kumar Pandey, Rohitash Kumar, Sejale Kiran Prakash, Poonam Sharma, Kirti Dubey, all the recipients of the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of the Senate of the Indian Institute of Technology, Jodhpur, I admit each of these candidates to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and charge them to prove worthy of the same throughout their lives.
All the recipients of the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, please take your seats.
Let the record of the degrees be presented to the Chairman Board of Governors for his signature.
All recipients of all the degrees, please rise. Please repeat after me. I pledge that I shall be scrupulously honest with every thought, word and deed, and in the discharge of my duties. I shall honor always the knowledge,
wisdom, and values, inculcated in me by this institute. I pledge to devote my knowledge and skills only towards the well-being of the citizens of the country and humanity at large. I shall uphold always the dignity and integrity of my profession, institute, and nation. All the recipients of all the degrees, please take your seats.
Let the recipients of the various prizes be presented. I request respected Chief Guest of the Convocation Ceremony and respected Chairman of the Board of Governors of IIT Jodhpur to please give away the prizes.
The 2018 President's Gold Medal for the graduating student with best academic performance among all students of all 2018 BTech programs, and 2018 Chairman Board of Governor Prize for the graduating students with best academic performance amongst all the students of 2018 BTech Computer Science and Engineering program goes to Vijay Kumar Paliwal. The 2018 Chairman Board of Governors Prize for the graduating student with best academic performance amongst all students of 2018 BTech Mechanical Engineering program goes to Karthik Venkata Ramchanduri. 2018 Director's Prize for the group of students with best academic innovation work amongst all students of BTech program of 2018 for the project self-balancing two-wheelers goes to Abhishek Sharma, Santosh M, Anandu Suresh and B. Sai Chaitanya. 2017 President's Gold Medal for the graduating student with best academic performance among all students of all 2017 BTech programs, and 2017 Chairman Board of Governor Prize for the graduating student with best academic performance amongst all students of 2017 BTech Computer Science and Engineering program goes to Nitin V. Chairman Board of Governors Prize for the graduating students with best academic performance amongst all students of 2017 BTech Mechanical Engineering program goes to Hardik Jain.
Thank the Chief Guest and the Chairman Board of Governors for giving away the prizes. It is my pleasure to introduce the respected Chief Guest of this convocation ceremony, Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee. Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee is Chancellor, Homi Bhabha National Institute, Mumbai. He served as the Chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission and Secretary to the Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India, during 2009-2012. And as Director, Bhabha Atomic Research Center during 2004 to 2010. Also, he served as Chancellor, Central University of Kashmir, Srinagar during 2012 to 2017, and as Homi Bhabha Chair Professor during 2012 to 2017, and as Chairman of the Board of Governors of the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur during 2014-2017. Currently, he is holding distinguished visiting professor positions at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and the University of Delhi. His major research contributions are in the area of phase transformations in zirconium and titanium alloys, effects of radiation on order, disorder, transitions and tailoring microstructure, and texture of nuclear structural materials to thermomechanical processing. He has over 350 research papers, co-authored a book titled Phase Transformations, Examples from Titanium and Zirconium Alloys, and co-edited 6 books. As Director of the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, he coordinated research in nuclear fuel cycle, design of innovative reactors, application of radiation and isotope technology in agriculture, healthcare, food, preservation, and industry. He initiated capacity building activities both in the front and in the back end of the nuclear fuel cycle. Currently, he is engaged in research in advanced nuclear fuel cycle, policy for sustainable energy, and metallurgy for actinides. His honors include Acta Metallurgica Outstanding Paper Award in 1984, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize in Engineering Sciences in 1989, INSA Prize for Material Science in 2001, Humboldt Research Award in 2003, Indian Nuclear Society Award in 2003, Padma Shri in 2005, MRSI Distinguished Material Scientist of the Year in 2008, National Metallurgist Award 2008, Excellence in Science and Technology Award of the Indian Science Congress Association 2009, MRSI CMRO Prize in Advanced Materials in 2011, Presidential Citation of the American Nuclear Society in 2012, Platinum Medal of the Indian Institute of Metals in 2012, W.J. Kroll Medal of ASTM in 2012, R.W. Khan Award for Nuclear Materials from Elsevier Publishers in 2016. He is a recipient of Doctor of Science honoris causa from 11 universities and institutes worldwide. He is a fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences, Indian National Academy Science Academy, Indian National Academy of Engineering, National Academy of Sciences in India, the World Academy of Sciences, and the International Nuclear Energy Academy. It is an honor and privilege to have Dr. Srikumar Banerjee as the chief guest of today's convocation seminar. I request respected Dr. Srikumar Banerjee to please follow the convocation.
Respected Dr. Chidambaram, Chairman Board of Governors, IIT Jodhpur, other members of the board present in this convocation, Professor C.V. Murthy, Director, distinguished members of faculty, graduating students, their parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my privilege to address you on this occasion of the 4th Convocation of Indian Institute of Technology, Jodhpur, which has been serving the country for a decade by preparing competent technology graduates ready to meet grand challenges of India. At the outset, let me congratulate the graduating students who have received their degrees today and their parents. I also place on record the appreciation of the science and technology community to the high standard of teaching and research being conducted by the renowned faculty of this institute. The convocation day is a very special day for the graduating students and their parents. Years of strenuous and disciplined work and many sacrifices on the part of the students and their family members culminate in the recognition that the graduating students receive on this occasion. This is a day of major transition in the lives of graduating students. Till this day, students prepare themselves for facing the world, and once graduated, as they venture out in the professional world, they engage themselves in myriads of activities, not just for earning their livelihoods, but also for shaping the world of tomorrow. Humans, unlike other living species, take a relatively long time for their growth in body and mind to be fully mature. It is during their period of growth that they receive support from their parents, teachers, and the society at large. Convocation is the day when it is declared that graduating students have attained the desired levels of maturity and are now fit for serving the society in various capacities commensurate with their degrees. Coming to this function, I recall 51 years back, I had an opportunity to sit in a convocation in IIT Kharagpur to receive a degree, and the kind of reflections I had at that time. All undergraduate students who enter IIT system, they have a big sense of achievement on their entry. Everybody is told that you are the cream of the nation. There are big expectations from different quarters. The parents expect very assured career prospect for the students. The society expects them to deliver societal benefits. Students themselves have an expectation of a very bright future. Actually, many of them feel that they should be maintained throughout their career the distinctive edge which they have earned by their entry into IIT. They become quite conscious of their IIT identity, which they try to retain all throughout their lives. Students who are inherently sharp and possess analytical abilities and being exposed to a well-structured course for 4 years, living in a cosmopolitan environment which encourages various creative pursuits, coming in contact with some outstanding teachers and researchers, they shape up very well. And really they become professionals with diverse interests. It is often said that IITs are great places to grow up in. I still remember that when I came first to IIT Kharagpur also has a large campus just like yours. And in fact, I have also mentioned in IIT Kharagpur convocation that one of the things that you first notice in these places, in these campuses, is a large horizon. That's very important. Because for your career, it's very important to know that horizon is not limited. If you are in a rather city with high rises and we see only a fraction of the total horizon, very small fraction indeed, there's a difference between that and if you just come out in Jodhpur and see all around and see a very large horizon. And that's the future of you. So now, the question is that, does the career that you face later and your expectations do match? There may be some points of discord on that. Let me now elaborate that in a few moments. Many of the IIT graduates who could not identify their inherent interest and core strength during their school days. See, when we come to IIT, we are at the age of 17 these days, 16, 17. At that time, it is not very clear that what is my core competence that gets developed, or core interest. It develops over a time. They realize that true interest while studying in IIT. Moreover, at the school leaving age, that is only 16 or 17, they are not still aware of their natural inclinations, and the fact is often ignored that if you are good in maths and physics, then you'll not be good in literature, or maybe in music, or maybe in sports. So a person who has analytical capability can as well be very good in literary works. And these knowledge come to the students as they go through. As they come out of the institute, some of them recognize that the profession for which they are trained in IIT is not really the cup of the tea for them. The all-round education that they receive make them suitable for any profession which requires analytical thinking. The skill set they acquire allows them to pick up new ideas and topics at a very short time, and the confidence they gain make them fit for taking the challenges in entering uncharted territories. One of the very important educations that we learn in IIT is that you can manage to absorb the essence of a course before an exam over an overnight reading. So that gives the confidence that we can really learn things in a very short time. And we can venture into a variety of new things. It's not just restricted to whatever we have been taught in the classes. It is today very heartening to note that many of the graduating students have the courage to venture into startups. They don't remain as job seekers, but they start new enterprises, many a time based on innovative products or processes. And once successful, such ventures open up career opportunities for many others. It is only 2 or 3 days back, we had a meeting in Bombay where a group of IIT graduates from IIT Madras came and presented their startups. This group, just about 3 of them came, and they were discussing about the startups that they created based on the non-destructive examination. There is a very well-known professor in IIT Madras, Krishnan Balasubramanian, and he has started this non-destructive evaluation activities in IIT Madras somewhere around early 1990s. But from that time till today, not only that he has developed the group, but he has been instrumental in generating many startups who have taken up these jobs. Believe it that these groups are today so successful that for NDT examination, both for underwater or very high chimneys, which used to be done by either divers or those who could scale very high heights, is all now being done by either the drones or by the robots which are managed from the surface. This is an outstanding ability, the kind of thing that they have done. They are now actually, their work is being attracted by very famous companies all over the world, and these startups have become extremely successful. This is just an example, and I think I'm sure that you must be knowing about the success stories of many startups. So our country's progress is very much in this knowledge economy will strongly depend on the success of these internationally competitive ventures of high technology contents. One of the problems that we feel is that the startups are all based on only some software development or maybe some apps development and things like that. But it's not just that. there is a concern about what is known as the deep technology startups. These deep technology startups are taking up challenges, very innovative challenges, and they know that they have to stand against the competition in the world competition. And they are being successful today. So that we must remember. At the same time, it is worthwhile for the fresh graduates to consider joining several challenging tasks which have already been initiated and where the country has advanced considerably. Options for many of the students are too diverse to choose from, and sometimes the selections do not stand the test of time. There is no denying of the fact that many of the IITians have picked up professions quite different from their chosen field of study and have come out successfully. I believe success of IITians all over the world in many walks of life has been possible due to their self-confidence, adaptability and courage, seeds of which are planted during their undergraduate studies. In fact, these are the qualities which make IITians different from others and which have earned them the IIT brand name. The brand IIT is recognized internationally. As late Professor Indrasan, a former director at IIT Madras and former president of the National Academy of Engineering, stated that with some justification, quote, with some justification, it can be said that IIT graduates are the only high-tech products in which India is internationally competitive. I don't fully agree. I think there are many other areas where India is competitive. But this is a very important thing that IIT has a brand name, and on that there is no doubt. Let me now delve into the problems associated with this versatility that IIT graduates have. Versatility is good, but it has some points of weaknesses. When IIT graduates make a career choice in which they do not find themselves comfortable after a couple of years, or in a profession where they find that their IITian identity is not getting adequately rewarded, they tend to shift from one to the other job or one to the other profession. The versatility and the confidence with which they start their professional careers prompt them to make such changes rather frequently. This tendency has been noted by several employers who feel uncertain about the stability of IIT graduates in their organization. Achieving any significant target, please remember, in one's career requires dedication, perseverance, and more than anything else, a single-minded approach. This is particularly true if one wishes to advance in the path of advanced research or technology development. It is often said that butterflies which move from one type of flower to the other does not collect honey, which is so effectively done by bees who stick to a given type of flower. So this tendency of butterflying does affect careers of many of the IIT graduates who drift from the core discipline in which they are trained to something else. So specialization is essential, and not only in advanced scientific research, but also in development of robust technologies. With a deep involvement, a passion, and a sustained work in a chosen field, without that one cannot achieve something of a lasting value. Young graduates must keep this in mind while making their choices from several career options. In this context, the program of industry immersion-based blended technical education adopted by IIT Jodhpur deserves special mention. This program uniquely blends classroom instruction in the institute with hands-on experience gained by students in an industry shop floor. Such a training not only exposes the student to real-life industrial activities, but also builds an attitude which immensely benefits them in any of their future endeavors, either in service or in entrepreneurship. What I have said so far is primarily applicable to IIT BTechs. The number of IIT BTechs who seek admissions to MTech or further continue to do PhD is still very small. Of course, a welcome trend in recent years is that a number of students are taking up dual degree BTech MTech courses, and in spite of this, a great majority of the postgraduate students and research scholars pursuing their PhD work come from the other institutions. As they enter IIT at a more mature age, they are in a better position to select their disciplines and the research areas. It is during the postgraduate research a scholar gets a real test of research and feel a creative pursuit and feel for a creative pursuit in a domain of science and technology. The environment provided at IITs allows one to develop deep interest in chosen fields, get familiarized with the diverse theoretical and experimental methodologies, and helps one to gain the first-hand experience of both excitements and frustrations in a research career. Postgraduate education and research in science and engineering are the key factors essential for our country for establishing a knowledge economy. In fact, there exist some excellent correlations across different nations between the quality and number of doctorates in science and engineering subjects and the level of technology that they possess. The expectations from IITs are that they should not only disseminate knowledge, but also generate new knowledge in such an abundance that it gives India an edge over other countries in occupying the leadership position in the globally emerging knowledge economy. Faculty research interests essentially dictate the research programs for the postgraduates and PhD scholars. Apart from those which are curiosity driven, a fair share of these are chosen following scientific fashions. I believe that is the singular reason for our not being able to make the right impact in the research arena. Time has come when researchers in IIT, both students and faculty, show their courage in selecting research topics which are genuinely original, and we build up research groups who attain undisputed leadership position in their respective research areas internationally. In recent years, there is also a new trend in which research projects are being linked with the priority growth areas of the country. This not only helps in aligning academic research with the development goals of the country, but also diversifies the funding sources. However, in this activity, there is a necessity for collaborative work between different faculty members, sometimes even across the disciplines. As more and more such research teams are formed, required facilities are created, and clear-cut deliverables are identified, their outputs will make a greater impact on our national economy. It is generally believed that we have limited opportunities for development of cutting-edge technologies which are relevant to the country. Nothing is far from truth from this general belief. Today our country is facing several challenges in various sectors such as agriculture and food processing, harnessing, storage and distribution of clean energy, protection of environment, provision of affordable healthcare systems, supply of clean water, large-scale expansion in manufacturing, transportation, and in production of minerals, steel, chemicals, etc. In each of these areas, we must find technological solutions. The talent pool that we have amongst IIT graduates can definitely be meaningfully deployed for finding solutions in each of these challenging areas. Unfortunately, neither our education system nor the society imparts the right motivation which can push the young talents to dedicate their wholehearted efforts in such directions. Let me take a few examples to highlight this situation. There is an urgent requirement in the country to expand the food production for meeting the growing demand of our increasing population. Many say that we need a second green revolution today to be able to supply food for our growing population. I think by 2050, our population will stand somewhere around 1.7 billion. And to feed that, we definitely need more innovation in the agricultural sector. And there's yet another very important point which normally we overlook. Perhaps not many of us know that the per capita income in a rural area is a very small fraction of the per capita income in the urban area. And this difference is large. It was almost an order of magnitude difference some years back. There's a little improvement, but still there is a significant improvement is needed in the per capita rural income. There are proposals for setting up high-speed railway tracks and more highways for increasing connectivity and spreading growth in the country. But the moment you talk of high-speed railways, you'll see that from which country, whether it's from Japan or from Korea or from China, that will be buying that. So this is a problem. No one is saying that, okay, we'll go to IIT Jodhpur to get this high-speed railways. The large-scale urbanization requires creation of new cities. Amaravati is coming up. Who's the architect? Architect will be from Singapore and not from IIT Jodhpur. So, in each area, if you see, this is the problem. So, large-scale urbanization requires creation of new cities, sanitation in urban and rural areas, increasing our energy production by a factor of 4 within the next 20 years, and providing livelihood opportunities for the increasing number of job aspirants. We always talk of our demographic dividend, that we are a young nation, we have many young people. But imagine that these young people, they are not educated well, and these young people, they don't have livelihood opportunity, will that be a burden or that will be an asset? So unless we are able to utilize or deploy all these young people in meaningful employment or meaningful activity, it is not possible for this country to grow. So recognizing this unprecedented demand from our growing population and the increase in our middle class population, many countries and multinationals are offering technology solutions. India is being seen as a big market. I wonder whether India, with 1.25 billion people and with her technological prowess, which you can see here, including that from all these bright minds of IIT graduates, cannot handle at least some of the problems themselves. Obviously, this requires dedicated professionals, sustained effort, cooperative work, socially responsible entrepreneurship, and resilience to withstand the obstacles in the path. I sincerely urge that the students who are receiving their degrees in this convocation and are in the threshold of entering their professional career give a thought to engage themselves in such activities which will address some of these major challenges. It is only through these activities IITians can contribute towards improving the quality of life of our fellow countrymen. Those who participate in such a process will undoubtedly derive immense satisfaction and a sense of great achievements from their work. A few days back, I was addressing a group of students who were just entering their undergraduate studies in science. In a novel experiment which Dr. Chidambaram introduced in Mumbai University, the Department of Atomic Energy has started a Center of Excellence in Basic Science within the University of Mumbai. One of the points which came up earlier, that we are not paying attention to our established universities. In pre-independence time, the universities in Kolkata, in Madras, in Bombay, they were well known and they were considered next to the Oxford and Cambridge in the British Empire. And today, when we see our ranking, it has definitely fallen down considerably. So the old universities, they are in a difficult situation. We are creating more and more new institutes and universities. The point was actually, again, Dr. Chidambaram was responsible for many a discussion, that is it not possible to revive the activities of the old universities, and the way it could be done, not in a very major, massive investment. It's again an order of magnitude less investment compared to creating a new ISARS. To create an activity like Center of Basic Sciences in Mumbai University with teaching staff mostly taken from the major institutes within Bombay. It could be Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, IIT Bombay, and so they are the teachers. There's no faculty, permanent faculty. Only recently they got a few permanent faculty positions cleared. So today these students, they're very bright students, very small in number, they come and attend this Center for Basic Sciences. So I was addressing them. So finally, this was on 14th August evening. So I had to also make it important for that particular day, just a day before the Independence Day. So I was thinking that what I should conclude the presentation with. So I concluded that if you really want to contribute towards the national development, you need a combination of two things. One is the passion for the science or the technology that you are embedded in, and a compassion for the fellow countrymen. You must have that. If you don't have a combination of these two, you can't really make a big contribution to the society. So that's one thing which IITians must remember. Those who participate, and the satisfaction that you get at the end of the career, which you can't predict today. This is one thing which you have to experience in your own life. And then only you realize that what is the kind of pleasure in achieving that. IIT Jodhpur has taken a noteworthy initiative in aligning the research programs with national technology missions. The technology park planned here is poised to host the development of solar energy technologies and defense technologies. Jodhpur, being endowed with one of the highest level of solar energy potential, is a suitable place for research activities on solar energy. I only hope that the effort will not be limited to setting up solar photovoltaic panels to generate a few hundred kilowatts of solar energy. We are all aware of the impressive progress our country has made in installing solar power mostly by imported photovoltaic panels. But unfortunately, the indigenous capability in silicon production or making these photovoltaic panels is really negligible. Strictly speaking, India's production of silicon still stands at 0. You don't produce electricity. So this is what actually has to be seen, that, and then the development of solar thermal technology. Solar thermal has a tremendous potential, which we don't recognize today because solar thermal is not commercially competitive. But if you really want to make solar energy a mainstay energy supply, because solar thermal has a tremendous potential of storage of energy, and Jodhpur is the best place to get solar thermal because you have a very high receiving energy, solar energy receiving point of view. It is one of the highest in the country. So if this is done, then one day we'll be able to make a big technology breakthrough in not only solar energy production, their storage and their utilization in variety of things, not just in electricity production, but also the requirement of heat, which is required in many industries. Similarly, solar desalination. You can very effectively do solar desalination. Hydrogen production. One of the main things that will be done in the future is solar energy to be actually used for converting or breaking up the water molecules and to create hydrogen. And that hydrogen you can then burn, because petrochemicals in very soon, in few decades, you will find that the cars are not being run by petroleum. And when that situation comes, if you say that it will be only by battery, then there are other constraints of the battery material. If that much of battery material is not really available. So this is hydrogen will perhaps the real solution for those kind of situations, because hydrogen goes very well with internal combustion engine. The proximity of defense laboratories should also be fully exploited by initiating collaborative defense projects, which already IIT Jodhpur has done, and all these activities, including those related to water, healthcare and automobiles as planned, will place IIT Jodhpur in a distinct position among all IITs. Not that other IITs are not taking up these kind of projects, but in the very early stage of its formation, that Jodhpur has taken initiative in aligning their research program with major national objective is definitely noteworthy, and this will eventually make Jodhpur very distinctive position in the country. I may like to come to the close by saying, it's long back, there was a Professor Harshanath Bose, a very outstanding physics teacher. I have not had many classes from him, hardly a few, but he inspired so much. He came to Bombay and gave a lecture in one of our alumni association meetings. I still remember that. He gave it in somewhere around late 60s. I don't exactly remember the date. He saw the evolution of the IIT. When IITs came in the early 50s, this word technology was not known to Indians very much, because they used to consider these new institutes which are coming. Engineering was known, but not technology. So engineering colleges were known. By technology, everybody thought it is more like a polytechnic. These IITs will be like new polytechnics. So there were many sarcastic comments in those days saying, what will be this IIT standard? They said that IITs will be something like a institutes of Indian technology. Because Indian technology in 50s were very nascent and there was practically nothing. So IITs will be like that. So Harshanath Bose said that this is what he used to get the feeling from the common people, that IITs will be of that standard. He completed his presentation or lecture by saying that the dream is that if eventually IITs become institutes of Indian technology. And that's very important. Today I remember that. Have we done it? Still we have not done it. And I hope the graduating students will take us forward to fulfill that dream, that IITs will become institutes of Indian technologies. Truly like that. So let me conclude my address by congratulating all of you once again, those who received degrees, those whose parents who are present here, and for the sacrifices that they made for their words, outstanding performances. And I sincerely wish that all of you have a very bright and meaningful, bright future and a very meaningful professional career ahead. Thank you very much.
I thank Dr. Banerjee for that very inspiring convocation address. I request Chairman Board of Governors of IIT Jodhpur to please give his closing remarks.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee, distinguished members of the Board of Governors, Professor C.V.R. Murthy, Director of IIT Jodhpur, members of the Senate, faculty and staff of IIT Jodhpur, parents, invitees, guests. I see one or two small guys, potential IIT graduates. I saw here. This guy has gone to sleep, but one day he'll become, I'm sure, want to join IIT. And my dear young friends who are graduating today, on behalf of the Board of Governors, it gives me immense pleasure to add my own very cordial and special welcome to our chief guest of this function, Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee, who is a leading material scientist. The nuclear program in the country has greatly benefited from his work. Just now you heard an excellent address by him, and the address distills his wide experience and knowledge. I am sure it will benefit the students who are getting their degrees today. I must mention that I am very fond of Rajasthan, and particularly Jodhpur, because for several decades I was passing frequently through Jodhpur on my way to the Pokhran range. Also, the two earliest 220 megawatt pressurized heavy water reactors which India built, and our entire program first stage is based on PSWRs. So the first two were built with Canadian collaboration, were established in Rajasthan at Rawatbhata near Kota. Now, of course, we have a cluster of reactors there coming up, including our own indigenous 700 megawatt electrical pressurized heavy water reactors. The convocation is undoubtedly a very important event in the calendar of our institute. A large number of students have taken their degrees here, majority in person, rest in absentia, and my special word of welcome to all of you. Primarily it is your function, a time for you to rejoice and celebrate, and also a day of happiness and joy for your parents who have aspirations about your future career. You must be proud that you are graduating from the IIT system, which has a very high global brand equity. I remember attending an IIT alumni meet some years back in Washington, and everybody who was invited, including presidents of several US universities and some leaders, political leaders, they all came. Nobody, I was told, declined an invitation for that meet. I am not genuinely an alumnus of IIT, though I have an honorary doctorate from 3 of the IITs. I am a graduate of, did my PhD in the Indian Institute of Science. But I am proud of the IITs. But among the IITs, IIT Jodhpur is, of course, is a relatively young institution in the country, and all of us have high hopes in it. The architecture of the campus that is coming up is beautiful and fits it with the history of Rajasthan. I had the pleasure of visiting some of the departments last month, though the visit was short, and was impressed with the very good research work that's going on. And of course, I hope to visit all the others very shortly. The segregated water cycling and reuse system you have set up in the campus is unique, and we're very happy to see that. Water is a precious commodity in Rajasthan, and we are looking forward to IIT Jodhpur contributing to all problems related to the optimum use of water, including for agriculture, purifying the water, removing the contaminants which are there, including industrial effluents, already with which some work is going on in IIT Jodhpur. India's technology needs are very large. They range from nuclear and space to computer science and cyber security and so on to micro, medium, small enterprises and rural. We need security in various domains: energy security, water security, health security, environmental security. We want to go towards a knowledge-driven economy with the ability to produce new knowledge, with the ability to appropriate knowledge generated anywhere in the world. And you young people who are graduating today have taken various degrees. You are obviously highly talented to start with, otherwise could not have joined an IIT in the first place, can contribute to all of these areas, as Dr. Banerjee also mentioned. Looking at it another way, the time has come for you to think. See, people like you are fortunate to have this kind of education. And a large number of people, apart not only those that don't have education, but they are not literate in the properly defined sense of the term literacy. And perhaps more than any other country in the world today, and at any other time, even in our own history, India is now providing challenging opportunities. Some of them you will have to create yourselves. You will be leaving the portals of this institute to begin your professional life, some in industry, some in academic institutions, some continuing to do research. Some of you may even start your own enterprises. I wish you all the best in your future careers. As you go forward with self-belief, Swami Vivekananda was once asked, or once said, 100 years back, the great man said, the old theology was, you're an atheist if you didn't believe in God. Today the theology is, you are an atheist if you don't believe in yourself. And self-belief is something which the IIT system has to put into you. Go forward, self-belief, character. Einstein was once asked, what is it that makes a great scientist? And his reply was, people think it is the intellect. They are wrong, it is the character. Not that anybody can do great science, but unless you have character, you will not be able to really achieve great things in science. You need optimism. You shouldn't be carried away by too much of what you watch on TV sometimes. Very negative news that becomes so positive things are happening in India, and passion. So go forward, self-belief, character, optimism, and passion. Thank you and Jai Hind. Now I will perform my final duty today. I declare the 4th convocation of the Indian Institute of Technology, Jodhpur, closed.
Distinguished invitees and dear graduates, please rise for the national anthem. being supported to all. Thank you.